I'd like to take the opportunity to recognize a few people with us this evening. Mr. Scott Travers, who we all just met. And we have Deputy State's Attorney Jennifer Moore back there, Jenny. And we have Assistant State's Attorney for PG County, Kathy March. She's also a member of the Commission for Women. Thank you all for being here tonight. I'd also like to thank those here tonight who have survived the pain and stigma of intimate partner violence. Every day within the walls of Crisis Intervention Center and Safe Harbor Shelter, we hear the stories of violence, abuse, and struggle. Some individuals come in and are numb. Others are shattered. All are seeking healing from the traumas they have endured. Many return week after week to fight through the numbness and pain, to rise from the ashes of their heartbreak into the glory of their reborn sense of self. We see the pain in the children's eyes as they speak of what they have witnessed, what they have heard, or what they themselves have experienced. We work with all to help them understand that what occurred is not their fault, and to teach them that no matter their age, they have a right to speak their pain, find healing and growth and hope. In fiscal year 2018, the Crisis Intervention Center served 803 citizens of Calvert County, Maryland. In fiscal year 2019, CIC provided counseling and therapy to 1,131 individuals. This number accounts for 863 men and women and 268 children who have sought help at our center. We believe the rise in numbers correlates to our outreach and education programs, as well as expanding our services to treat all forms of trauma, regardless of its relationship to domestic violence or sexual assault. Safe Harbor Shelter provided 2,096 bed nights to 36 women and 37 children who had no choice but to flee from everything they have known, seek refuge in an unfamiliar place, unsure of where to go and how to bring forth a new life for themselves and their children. Thank you for trusting us to help light the path. There have also been some evenings at the center that we meet with individuals who have been abusive in one form or another. Some will minimize, deny, or blame everyone else for their actions. Others have come to the realization that this pattern of behavior is no longer working in their best interest. All will hopefully leave with a better understanding of who they are and more positive ways to enjoy healthy, nonviolent relationships. October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. It represents a nationwide call to action as we shine the light of justice on those who would violate the basic human rights of others and give voice to survivors who struggle every day to be free from violence and abuse. 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men have suffered abuse in some form by an intimate partner. All people deserve to feel safe with their loved ones, and CIC and Safe Harbor are committed to eliminating abusive acts and supporting survivors' healing. We pledge to ensure every victim and survivor of domestic violence knows they are not alone. We stand ready to foster supportive communities that help survivors seek justice and to enjoy full and healthy lives with access to the resources, care, and support they need to do so. From time to time, particularly when the days have felt many and the successes few, I find myself questioning why. Why do we keep fighting? Why is this type of violence still happening in our community? Why have I chosen to dedicate this part of my life to such a difficult and painful epidemic in this world? There are so many that need help, that need support and a voice. There are so many women, men, and children who have suffered the effects of intimate partner violence that it can be so frightfully easy for advocates like us to become tired, jaded, and disillusioned with the world in which we work every day. But I still believe. I believe in the inherent right of all people to be treated with dignity and respect and live a life free from abuse in all of its forms. I believe that violence is a learned behavior that is passed down from one generation to the next, each adding a link of despair and fear to the chain of oppression that affects us all. This chain can and must be broken. I believe the stigma of speaking out against interpersonal violence remains strong, as the fear of appearing weak or stupid or deserving of the abuse still plagues those who suffer its devastation. We must continue to provide voice to the voiceless. I believe it can be so easy to turn on the television or social media and marinate ourselves in the stories of evil and hatred in this world without forethought as to what we individually can do to change it. We must find new ways to spread hope to all people. I believe the main weapon to be employed in this fight is education. Educating ourselves and our children about their feelings, their morals, and their ethical reasoning. Education about red flags and the differences between a healthy and unhealthy relationship. Ensuring that we know, no matter our age or race or station in life, that we all have a right to add our unique voice to this world. I believe our salvation lies in education about prevention and boundaries, about what is good and healthy in our relationships and what is not. I believe that we are all here on this earth at this time for a reason, and we have a choice to make. We can add negativity and heartbreak, or choose to be an agent for positive change, adding light and not darkness to the zeitgeist of the time. Thankfully, I'm not alone. In August of this year, a request went out from Calvert County Sheriff's Office Facebook page asking for donations to Safe Harbor Shelter. The community response was amazing. It was profound, and it's still coming to this day. Bags of clothing, school supplies, personal care items, and pallets of food were delivered to the shelter and the Crisis Intervention Center. Companies such as Dominion and members from Patuxent Naval Air Station were among the many gracious contributors. As I stood in our donation area, wondering what to do with everything, one small box of canned goods caught my eye. Written on the side was this: thank you. Hashtag domestic violence survivor. Hashtag free from abuse 2016. Hashtag mother of 3. In that moment, all my tiredness lifted and my disillusionment faded away. She is the reason, and her children are the why, that we do what we do every day. To whomever this individual was, thank you for your inspiration. Another client wrote a letter to himself. In part it says, I know it can be difficult sometimes. Some days it takes everything you have just to pretend to function. Days where you jump at shadows and just want to hide from everything. I want you to know that it gets better and that you have the strength to be in control. You have been through hell, but you are not broken. You have been tempered by the fires and have been forged into a force to be reckoned with. You are what you believe you are. And I believe in you, and I know you can do this. You're a light shining in the darkness. Pick up your shield and lead the charge. Just keep fighting and remember that no matter what, you are loved and you are not alone. To this brave individual, we are blessed to know and love you dearly. We have a short PowerPoint slide to share later, and within the slides are quotes from other individuals who have received services from Crisis Intervention and Safe Harbor. Thank you for sharing your journey with all of us. To Alina, who in a few minutes will share her story, we thank you for your trust and are so proud of you for having the courage to speak this evening. To the staff of Crisis Intervention Center and Safe Harbor Shelter, please stand up. Stand up, everyone.
Thank you for your hard work and dedication.
Thank you for your hard work and dedication, your desire to help guide survivors into a place where they grow to be warriors. We are an amazing team. We may be small in numbers, but we are great in spirit. Throughout October, we will mourn the loss of victims of intimate partner violence, support the resiliency of survivors, and spread the message that healthy relationships are not violent ones. Crisis Intervention Center and Safe Harbor and the Commission for Women, thank you for your continued support as together we can eliminate domestic violence from homes across Southern Maryland and ensure that our children grow up in healthy, peaceful communities. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. I have the great privilege and honor now to introduce Miss Alina, our survivor, to come up and speak for us this evening.